Okay, now let's talk about how the automated incident response works. We, ha- we have different Lambda playbooks that we spoke about during the architecture. Here, this one will do the isolation of EC2 instances. So, firstly, it will create a quarantine security group here with no traffic allowed. Then it will modify the EC2 instance. Let's say if we take the example of the cryptocurrency mining that we had. So this we create a security group and then we attach that security group to that EC2 instance. So nobody can use that anymore. And then it takes the EBS snapshot for forensic analysis and then finally stores all of that information to an S3 bucket. Now we have to lock down the compromised S3 bucket, for example. So in this case, we put object legal hold and then we set this policy that we have, which is denying everything. So the user or any resource cannot do any activity on this S3 bucket. And then we do put bucket policy on that. And then copy all of the data to the forensic bucket because forensic bucket is our centralized S3 bucket for doing any analysis. So this will come into picture when the security team sees that there is an S3 data exfiltration. So somebody is illegally taking data out of S3. So you immediately, just to reiterate, you immediately apply a bucket policy, which will stop the user from doing that, and uh, and copy all of that information to the forensics bucket that we have. And then we have another playbook which revokes the IAM credentials. So this is when compromised and credentials are detected. So anybody, let's say my credentials are being used by someone else, then we immediately deactivate all of the keys or the permissions for that user, and then we update the access or we remove that access and we send all of that information to the forensic bucket. Now all of this, how is this triggered, right? So this is being done by guard duty CloudWatch rule. So CloudWatch basically matches the event pattern that you have here, guard duty finding, and then uh, it triggers the targets that we have. So for example, here in this case, we are saying that invoke the isolate EC2 lambda function, and if you see in the event name, it's put object, delete object, then trigger the S3 to lock down. And in the message for event bridge, if you see create access key, update access key, then trigger the revoke IAM dot py.